Okay, in this video we're going to be demonstrating how to create and issue a W-9 request for taxpayer information within the eFileMagick application. So first thing we're going to do is define a filer or requester. So go up to the Filers tab and down to W-9 Filers. At this point it's going to load the W-9 filer screen, very similar to other filer screens that we have within the application. So go ahead and select New and enter some of your taxpayer information. Now this is the entity that is issuing the W-9 or requesting the W-9. So let's go ahead and enter some test data. And select Save. So at this point now we have a W-9 filer active. So just like any other filer within the application, we can go up to Recipients and down to Manage and start adding recipient information. So in this case, the only option is W-9 form. So let's go ahead and select New. Now, the only two pieces of information you're required to enter are the name and email address, or any portion of the name that you know. So let's go ahead and enter Chris, and email address is chris@eFileMagick.com, and select Save. So at this point, we're ready to issue this W-9 to chris@eFileMagick.com and request information from that particular taxpayer. So let's go ahead and navigate to Release and submit this order. And go ahead and select Yes, and now the order's been submitted. So in a few minutes, your recipient will begin to receive his form. So let's go ahead and check our email box. If we've received it yet here. Okay, it looks like we've received this particular email. So this is what the email is going to look like. You'll notice that it indicates important request for taxpayer information issued by Test Company Ltd. So if I was the recipient, at this point I would go ahead and select Enter Taxpayer Information, and that is going to open a new tab. And you'll notice the only information that is filled within this particular request for information dialog is the information that you entered. The recipient's going to now enter the rest of it. Let's go ahead and select Test, and let's say Limited Liability Company and C Corp. And 123 Northeast Main Street. Now the recipient will be required to electronically sign. And then once finished, they will select Submit Information and indicate that they're authorizing eFileMagick and your organization to receive this information electronically. They'll go ahead and select Yes. It'll submit the information. At this point, they are finished. So now if we navigate back to the application, and then go back to W-9 Filers and over to our recipient, you'll notice that now the recipient information has been entered, and you can see the signature of the recipient. And if you need to generate a W-9 form and print that copy out at any point, you can select Generate PDF, and you'll notice that the information is now listed within the application. So this concludes this video on issuing a W-9 within the eFileMagick system.